Okay, let's dive into this explainer. Look, I know most of you look out at a muddy, bug-infested swamp and see absolutely nothing but a useless pit of mud. Just a wasteland to avoid, right? Well, what you're actually staring at is a survival haven. It's a biological multi-tool that could literally save your life. That is, if you actually knew what you were looking at. Today, we're talking about the bulrush and why your whole perception of the wild is, frankly, holding you back.
Just consider the contrast here. The average hiker looks at this and sees a useless, muddy swamp. But the elite outdoorsman, we see a massive biological grocery store. The bulrush thrives right here in nutrient-rich standing or flowing water. It takes what an amateur considers a wasteland and turns it into an absolute feast. So let me challenge you right now. If you were standing in your local swamp today, could you even identify this plant? Because I'm guessing most people would walk right past their dinner.
Which brings me to a very serious question for you. If you were stranded in that swamp, would you know how to turn a weed into a chestnut-flavored meal? Be honest with yourself about your actual foraging experience here. If the answer is no, you really need to pay close attention to the rest of this explainer. Because this kind of practical, biological knowledge is exactly what separates the people who survive from the people who don't. Now, what's really interesting about this is the sheer survival value hidden entirely out of sight. In any real wilderness survival situation, carbohydrates are absolute king. You need energy, and you need it fast to keep your core temperature up and your brain actually functioning. The submerged root of the bulrush is basically this incredibly rich starch bank just sitting under the water waiting to be harvested. It's literally a massive high-energy reserve right at your feet. You know, timing is usually everything in the wild, and nature can be pretty unforgiving. But the bulrush is incredibly generous. You've got this massive 7-month foraging window to secure maximum energy. We're talking starting in March, rolling right through the prime growth of the summer months, and extending all the way into the end of autumn. Honestly, even a total novice has plenty of time to build up their starch bank before the dead of winter sets in.
But here is where it gets really interesting. Most of you probably assume that all wild roots taste like, well, wet dirt or bitter tree bark, but the bulrush is what I like to call a culinary glitch. When you prepare it properly, this swamp weed actually tastes remarkably like roasted chestnuts. It is one of those incredibly rare wild foods that doesn't just keep you alive. It actually provides a pleasant, comforting meal.
Hold on, though. Don't go ripping it out of the mud and chomping down just yet. You can't just bite into it. Bulrush roots are incredibly fibrous. Biting straight into a raw root is a classic rookie mistake. It's tough, it's stringy, and it will give you terrible stomach cramps if you don't process it correctly. You've got to know how to break it down.
So the crucial point is how you handle that tough, fibrous texture. Here is the elite tactical protocol. Step 1, you absolutely must cut the roots into small pieces directly across the tough fibers. You have to sever that internal structure. Step 2, wash those cut pieces thoroughly to get rid of the swamp mud. And step 3, cook them to soften the remaining fibers. This is how you actually make the plant edible and extract those life-saving carbohydrates.
Now, if you happen to be lucky enough to have some basic tools with you, say a sieve, you can completely transform this plant. You go from a fibrous, raw root to a highly digestible, smooth, starchy puree. By pushing the cooked root through that sieve, you separate out all those indigestible strings, leaving you with this smooth survival porridge that your body can instantly convert into energy. But let's be real here. If you're actually stranded, you probably don't have a modern kitchen sieve hanging off your backpack. That's where the field-expedient bushcraft method comes into play, the direct-fire hack. You don't need pots, you don't need pans or strainers. You literally just take the thickest parts of the root, wash them off, and throw them directly into the hot coals of an open fire to roast.
And this brilliantly illustrates a hidden layer. To an amateur, that burnt, charred, black outer shell from the direct flames looks completely ruined. But when you crack and peel that away, it reveals a soft, white, delicious, starchy interior. That outer shell literally acts as a natural protective oven for the precious carbohydrates inside.
Let me give you a quick reality check on popular survival foods. Amateurs will spend days trying to process wild acorns, literally starving while they try to leach out the toxic, bitter tannins in cold water. But the bulrush beats acorns every single time. It's ready to eat almost immediately after roasting. It has a mild, pleasant taste right out of the fire, and it requires absolutely 0 days of bitter leaching. Now, most people look at a plant and assume it only does one thing. You know, if it's food, it's just food. But let's move to and see how this builds, because the bulrush has a hidden secondary power. It's not just your dinner. It features this dual-purpose twist, the Tinder secret. The dry seeds, located way up at the top of the plant, are incredibly effective fire-starting tinder. They are highly flammable, dry plant matter that catches a spark beautifully, even in damp conditions. Think about the sheer brilliance of that engineering. The very same plant that provides you with a starchy root to eat also provides the premium dry tinder you need to ignite the bushcraft fire to cook it.
Let's summarize the sheer, undeniable utility of nature's biological multi-tool. You've got submerged roots providing a reliable 7-month starch bank that you can harvest almost year-round. You have a direct fire roasting method that reveals a soft, chestnut-flavored meal with zero complex processing time. And you have dry top seeds that ignite as premium bushcraft tinder, the food to eat and the fire to cook it with.
It truly is a biological multi-tool that turns wetlands into a survival haven. It is, without a doubt, the ultimate asset for swamp survival. If you respect the environment and actually learn its biological secrets, a hostile, muddy wetland suddenly becomes a grocery store, a kitchen, and a shelter all rolled into one ecosystem.
So the next time you look at a swamp, don't just see mud and weeds. See the fire, see the starch, see the absolute survival haven hiding right there in plain sight. I mean, think about it. A singular plant that gives you the carbohydrates you need to survive and the exact flammable material you need to start the fire to cook it, now that's absolutely wild. But it makes you wonder, what other life-saving secrets are you stepping right over every time you walk into the woods?